out a new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfella1 Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. All right, back. Goodfella Sports TV. Checking back in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. Share the video. Okay, Jermell Charlo said that he had the contract to fight J-Rock or Jared Hurd. He probably thought Jared Hurd was going to take that win over J-Rock. But how does J-Rock and Jermell Charlo stack up against each other? Now, J-Rock a few years ago fought the big Charlo, Jermell Charlo, and in a lot of people's opinion was giving him some work until he got dropped by a jab and eventually knocked out by a counter. I think it was like a counter left hook, a counter uppercut, or right hand, whatever the hell it was. Okay, then he had to build himself back up. But coming up in the division, he was seen to be one of the most promising prospects and rising stars in the division until that happened. And, you know, one loss doesn't define your career. Ask him. He came back, he was underestimated going against Jared Hurd. And, you know, quite frankly, I would favor J-Rock versus this Derrick James version of Jermell Charlo. Okay, I think J-Rock is, you know, he would outbox Charlo. Okay, I don't think Charlo, with those loading up shots he got, is not going to hit a guy like J-Rock. It'll be an interesting battle. If he boxed more and mixed in boxing and aggression, I don't think it's a junior middleweight who could beat Jermell Charlo. But he don't. He fight with his emotions on his sleeve. He's an emotional fighter, and if I was fighting him, I'll be talking shit to him, you know. And he's a reacher, you know. He reaches for shit. He don't let things come to him. He ain't a patient fighter, okay. He used to be a patient fighter with Ronnie Shields. He used to take his time. He can dissect you, box around you, use his footwork. Now he's an Errol Spence clone, where he's, you know, in his opinion, well, in his case, he's really loading up on each shot. He don't let shots flow like they should flow. And a guy like J-Rock could be able to pick that off a million miles away. Now, if he caught J-Rock, yeah, possibly he can hurt him. But, you know, J-Rock, you know, is a good fighter. You know, uses a lot of angles. He can fight on the inside. He can fight on the outside. He can fight in the pocket. He can give Charlo a ton of looks. I think Charlo would have destroyed Jared Hurd. I think he would have ended up stopping him, even in the manner that he fight with Derrick James, and that's loading up on every shot. He would have destroyed him because Hurd don't move his head, and I think Hurd was spooked at Jermell Charlo. I always said that, and like his mannerisms when that name came up, and he said, "Oh, that's the easiest fight. You know, I'm gonna make it look easy." I never believed him. Never believed his body language. Never believed the words of his conviction coming out of his mouth. But Charlo can beat J-Rock. He just got to get back to basic fundamentals and using his footwork and making it a boxing affair, and then being aggressive and picking his shots. He says he's been working. I'll link an interview in the description on the Source League. He says he's been working on cutting the ring off and, you know, landing counter shots, and they've been working on things. So it's really going to tell a lot about, you know, his character and Derrick James' ability to make adjustments and correct problems. But the thing about it is, Jermell Charlo been having these problems since he got with Derrick James. Now, I don't remember the first guy he fought with Derrick James, but I remember the second guy was Julian Jackson's son, John Jackson. He was getting beat up every round. He's fighting the same stupid manner where he was flat-footed, and he was really sitting there trying to land the money shot for 6-7 rounds until he finally got it when John Jackson stopped punching. With a guy like J-Rock, his confidence is up. You're not going to be able to sit there and wind up on your shots and get it there. You know, J-Rock can do what Austin Trout did to Charlo, but he's younger and fresher. And he can also capitalize on it, man. So, you know, it's a bad matchup. You know, and not just saying if Tony Harrison do beat Jermell Charlo, which he said that he heard Tony Harrison got knocked out in the gym. He said, made a comment, said if I didn't want to fight, I'd fake an injury. He said that fight got to be next in the rematch. And it's being said that Stephen Brebman said J-Rock and Jared Hurd agreed to rematch in November. Now, Jared Hurd won't be bringing Ernesto Rodriguez back to his corner, so we got to wait to see who he be training with. And I don't think it really matters. He getting his ass whooped again anyway. But the whole Tony Harrison thing is Harrison is a really good slick boxer, and Jermell Charlo is really gonna have to, I think, get back to what he knows, and that's boxing on his feet, using angles, putting his punches together, and not just trying to fight like Errol Spence. He fighting an identity that's not him, and maybe that's why Rob Brandt ended up leaving Derrick James, and then he captured the regular WBA title at 160 pounds when he came back down. Okay, maybe Derrick James is only teaching the offensive style of boxing that's suited for Errol Spence. It didn't suit Rob Brandt, and it doesn't suit Jermell Charlo, in my opinion. If you told me Jermell Charlo went back to Ronnie Shields and they was able to put their differences to the side and fought, it'd be better for him. He'll be a better fighter for that. I think he can take some principles that he learned from Derrick James and apply to that more finesse style he had. He can apply that. But a lot of people saying, Tony Harrison punked out. He's scared of Jermell Charlo. Like, nigga, in Detroit, we're not even built like that, bro. Like, anytime he walk outside his gym on Puritan, or anytime he walking in the D, like, nigga, it's a chance that, nigga, you get killed. Like, for niggas to even think, like, he cut like that, where he a fake an injury, or he's scared of Jermell Charlo. Like, nigga, he took the fight the first time. Like, what is he scared of? He lost to Willie Nelson. He lost to Jared Hurd. Like, nigga, what is he scared of? He just went 12 rounds and beat the guy. And I got another video coming up kind of about that. So, y'all be on the lookout. It's just crazy. Like, niggas think somebody's scared of the Charlos. All that fake wolf and talk. Like, the loud talkers where I come from, and I'm from Detroit, the loud talkers are the niggas I ain't worried about. I'm worried about the nigga that's, sliding out the side door, sliding out there being creepy and quiet. We don't worry about a lion's roar. We worry about the bite. Okay? At the end of the day, how big is his bite? And at the end of the day, his bite wasn't big enough to stop Tony Harrison the first time. And I don't think with Derrick James, his bite big enough to beat J-Rock. I think J-Rock could unify the division and had 3 belts if he fought Jermell Charlo. I expect him to beat Jared Hurd in the rematch, especially with Jared Hurd switching coaches. I expect him to do what he needs to do and beat him. But like I said before, Jermell Charlo is probably the most talented 154-pounder out there. But he fighting the wrong style. He got the wrong coach on him. Derrick James has turned him too much, and each one of his fights is not him. Charles Hadley, John Jackson, even the Erickson Lubin fight for a bit. That's not his style. He not a killer. Well, he could be a killer, but he not a assassin by trade. All right, he not a knockout puncher by trade. He's a boxer puncher. No, box, get on the side to side, back foot, slip, use his defense. I ain't seen this nigga slip a punch since he left Ronnie Shields. You know what I'm saying? This dude, straight up like a broomstick, just pushing shots, looking for the knockout. Every blow he throw, even the jab, looking for a knockout. Like he got something to prove. It's like when Carasino asked him, who was the bigger puncher, him and his brother, he blew up and shit like that. Like, nigga, like that shit really fucks with him. Like, he's mentally fragile. All it takes for you is to press the right button, and you can shatter this guy. He's mentally fragile. He's not mentally tough at all. He lost, and if you feel that you won, why are you crying at the podium talking about that's why I don't play video games? He's a mental midget. J-Rock is proven to be a mental giant. He's overcame the stuff, so I favor J-Rock to beat this dude, man. I favor him. And plus, they're going to be doing vital drug testing. So, according to J-Rock, they made weaken Charlo some more. But he's a mental midget, man. You can break that Charlo twin. The other Charlo twin, he showed a lot of mental fortitude versus Corey Bob. But this Charlo twin, I could be talking to him like Ali was talking to George Foreman. You know what I'm saying? What up, little cub? I be boxing talking to him. He fight with emotions, and him and Derrick James is a bad combination. You got an offensive coach by trade, okay? Offensive coach by trade, training a guy that fights with his emotions. Man, look, like I said, I favor J-Rock, man. Let me know who you guys favor in this fight. Even if J-Rock was to lose Hurd, not unless he got knocked out devastating fashion, I still favor J-Rock. It's just a bad style matchup for Jermell Charlo. Now, if you told me he went back to boxing and moving and then mixed in aggression, I pick Jermell Charlo. But Styles make fights. But I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. Continue to share the videos. One time for the one time. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Hellblaze, at thehellblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellow1Boxing. Get you 18% off the 100% all natural products. Website, promo code, description. Let me know what you guys think we going.